Good morning. Welcome to Washington Live. I'm your host, Diana Rich. Washington Live is powered by KCTC. I'm joined in the studio with our producer, Nick Steffens. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning.
Coming up later in the show, we'll be joined with Samantha Meyer from Main Street, Washington, to talk about the downtown rundown, all of the upcoming events in downtown. It sounds like Nick and Sam have named her rundown events the Downtown Rundown, which I really like.
I was thinking Main Street Mondays, but then Sam recommended downtown.
Because not all of them have to do with Main Street.
Yeah, so downtown rundown's a lot better.
So, either way.
How was your weekend, Nick?
It was pretty good. Didn't really do much activities. Did not run in the Key-Wash half marathon, unlike someone. So I was a lot less productive. I guess helped. Jade hasn't officially moved in yet, but like getting some of her clothes down and organizing all that stuff. So
that sounds like a task.
Yeah, and then also my grandma has COVID. She's fine. She doesn't like any symptoms, just has COVID.
Yeah.
And I had to go over to her house, and she has a bird problem, and so I had to go out and like knock down nests and put shopping bags around her lights outside. It was a whole ordeal. So that was my weekend.
What a nice grandson.
Yes.
Nice job. Well, I did in fact run the Key-Wash half marathon, and one of my friends that runs races with me, Sydney, we always joke, we're like, did you even run the race if you didn't wear the shirt? So
yeah.
Just wanted, since I work from home, I thought I'd wear my shirt today, and I'm on a little bit of a runner's high, which is legal in all 50 states. So.
And you had to flex by bringing your...
Yeah, I did. I didn't want Nick to think I didn't actually run the race, and I just stole a shirt, which I might have stolen this medal also.
It's a number 10. I didn't realize that when you held it up.
I didn't get 10th place.
I know.
Which, funny story about that. So
you got first, right?
Right. Yes, I did. I know. When everyone asks how I did, I'm like, I won because here I am.
Yeah.
I'm still here. But my 8-year-old is always like, Mom, good luck, do your best, so excited. And I bring home a medal, and he's always like, do you get first? I'm like, no, everybody gets a medal. So I had to tell him I got 121st, and he was not impressed. But I told him it was out of over 200, and he still wasn't impressed.
And there was just 200 people that ran the half marathon?
Yeah, I forget I forget the exact number. I feel like it was around like 220 that ran the half marathon, but over 500 participants in the whole event. Super awesome. It's just like a great day to be from Washington and be proud of that. I mean, you had the baseball kids and the track kids out, cheering people on, closing the roads, the fire department, police, all the local, the back of my shirt has like 50 to 75 sponsors on it. Just really cool watching the whole community come together and the participants and stuff. So basically what I'm telling you is you missed out.
I did.
Next year,
once I have time to train. I have a whole year. Maybe I'll even do the half marathon if I have a whole year to train.
There you go.
I can get up there.
Maybe. I bet you could have finished the 5K faster than some of the people did because it's just for fun.
I don't know if I could. I don't think I could make it. The 3.2 miles or whatever it is in freedom units.
All right. Well, goals for next year. So the weather is 50 degrees and mostly sunny with high winds. Sam and I both got blown in here, and I think maybe you did too.
Yeah, it was not a fun drive up here.
Nope. Local events this coming weekend, May 6th, there's a craft fair, spring edition craft fair, over 100 vendors and over 10 food trucks. And Michelle Redlinger will be here on Wednesday to talk more about that. That sounds awesome. The weather is looking like it's not going to snow or be windy this weekend, so I'm really excited about that.
I did look at the forecast. The temperatures just keep going up after, I think, today.
It's going to be great.
Or maybe tomorrow.
Awesome. And then there's a Crooked Creek Mud Run coming up on May 6th also.
Have you ever done a mud run?
I have. A couple of them.
Are they fun?
They are pretty fun. Yep.
I don't know.
My son actually yesterday was just asking if we could do another one, but they're fun, but it's kind of
Then you're just covered in mud.
Yeah. You have to like pack clothes that you're okay with like throwing away and getting rid of. But yep. Have you ever done one?
I have not. I just don't know if running is not my forte. And then also it's like, oh yeah, and then they cover you in mud as well.
And obstacles. Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty fun. So, all right. And there's no police report because the printer's broken.
It's going to get fixed hopefully today or tomorrow. So by Wednesday's show, we will have the police report.
I mean, you wrote out by hand the intro, the weather, local events, National Day. Famous birthdays. I feel like you should have just done.
Yeah, but that's going to take a long time. And then,
All right, we'll give you a pass this time, and hopefully the printer gets fixed. So, all right. Well, we will head to commercial break, and when we get back, we'll talk to Samantha Meyer about the Downtown Rundown.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks. but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
Hospice isn't a place, it's a type of care that focuses on living. Servicing a 7-county area, the Hospice of Washington County staff of nurses, social work, hospice aides, spiritual and grief support, volunteers, music and massage therapists are able to provide free end-of-life care where the patient lives. We write wills, give consent for organ donation, but rarely is there a plan for what we would want the final phase of our lives. At Hospice of Washington County, we encourage our patients to be in charge of their healthcare decisions while maintaining quality of life.
Family owned and operated by Andy and Sarah Ross. Ross Auto has been your vehicle repair and maintenance headquarters since 1935. We specialize in all makes of cars and light-duty trucks. With our variety of available services, let us help you keep rolling and your vehicle operating efficiently. Services include general auto repair, alignments, brakes, fuel injection, and more. Schedule your appointment today at 319-653-5656. That's 319-653-5656.
Hey, Vina. Hey, Vina, what's a bad wizard's favorite computer program?
I don't know.
Spell check. Cracks me up.
Welcome back to Washington Live. I'm your host, Diana Rich, joined in the studio with Samantha Meyer. Good morning.
Good morning.
How's it going?
It's going good.
Good. Sam's here with Main Street Washington to talk to us about some events, upcoming events going down. Going down downtown.
Exactly. For the rundown.
For the rundown. All the downs.
Yeah. So I try to put out kind of a little calendar every month of what's coming up because it's hard to kind of keep your eye on all the different businesses and areas and stuff. So Nick usually uses my little list and he's like, hey, do you just want to come on and just, like, tell people what's happening downtown?
Yeah.
So we're just going to do this monthly, I think, and just kind of, get into the groove of letting people know what's happening all in one spot. So you don't have to follow everybody's individual page because that's really hard. So you can just go to Main Street and find out what's happening. So
awesome.
I've got my list. We can go through it. You can ask me questions while we're going through it. I'll try to answer them.
Okay, sounds good.
I know about most of them, and some of them I just saw and was like, oh, that's fun, and I put it down. So we'll start with today, actually, is the trunk show out at Halcyon. So we partnered with Halcyon House, and we have 8 businesses that are set up out there with tables so that the goal of it was for the residents to be able to shop without leaving. It's really hard for some of those residents to get out of Halcyon.
Yeah.
Or they have to schedule the minibus or whatever. It's just kind of a nuisance. So some of them haven't been downtown in years, actually, because if they're not just going to a doctor's appointment, they're probably not getting out. So we took downtown to them. And so that's really cool. I just left them. They were all getting set up, and it's from 10 to 2 today. The public is welcome, though, so it's not just closed to the residents.
Yeah,
so
I love that idea.
Anybody can go and shop and get everybody all in one place, which is super nice on a day like today when it's really windy and you don't maybe want to walk outside.
Yeah.
So you can just walk around the Timmons room and shop. So that's exciting, and we'll hopefully do that maybe at least once a year, and we're going to see if we can get one set up at UP Home as well. So
awesome.
Just a fun way to get downtown out there. It's also National Small Business Week, and Small Business Month, but we're going to focus on the week. So
yeah.
That's a lot. So a lot of the stores are going to have some specials, so kind of you do have to keep an eye on them, but I'll share them as well on what kind of sales and special discounts and free gifts are happening this week for that. So the 5th is Cinco de Mayo, and if you haven't been to Purposefully You Boutique, she does events all the time. And she's going to have margaritas. She's going to have special sales. She's going to make her homemade salsa, which is delicious. She is Leslie.
Yeah, Leslie was on the show last night.
Yeah. And so she's doing that, and I think it starts at 4, and that's this Friday for Cinco de Mayo. And I know she's actually going to have some extra special sales because she's got some blowout discounts that she's going to roll out, I think, Friday night. So
awesome.
Don't miss it if you've had your eye on something there. So Saturday, as you already mentioned, is the Spring Craft Fair. That's in Central Park from 9 to 3. Repurpose It or Purposefully You will also have a kids craft. She always does a kids craft, and she's got some kind of paintable rug that you can do. So
do they do that on the stage typically?
she's going to have it just in her store this year. So it's kind of a nuisance to set up all the paints and stuff on the stage. So that'll just be at her place, and there'll be some sidewalk sales going on too. And so walk around the stores too, not just the inside of the fair. So that's the Spring Craft Fair. Then next, we can go back to the Mill Seed if people can see them. I sent just a bunch of stuff. Blame Not the Bard will be happening on Saturday the 6th as well. So that's Songs and Stories of Ireland at Mill Seed Company building. So if you haven't had a chance to get in there, it's a really neat building. All kinds of stuff in there, and it's BYOB, so that's always kind of fun. Citywide garage sales are also this weekend. So there's a ton going on Saturday. Just come to town. The library's got a writer's workshop with author James Braun. And then that's from 10 to 12 this Saturday. And then they're also going to do tours for the area that they are turning into their new makerspace. So if you haven't seen that, they've got some grants and some funds to turn in, I think it's the basement area, into this makerspace. So they're doing tours this weekend just so you can kind of see the beforehand and some of the plans that they have drawn up for that. And that's from 10:30 to 12:30. So that's Saturday. Moving on. National Hospital Week is the 7th through the 13th. So the hospital always does a really big celebration with their staff, but downtown's getting involved in that this year, and they're just going to offer discounts all week to anybody shopping with a hospital badge. So just an appreciation event for them. A lot of them do 10 to 20% off, free gift with purchase, and things like that.
What about a hospital bill? Just a badge?
Just a badge.
Okay, I don't have a hospital bill either.
But they wouldn't pay it for you. We appreciate you using the hospital. The 10th, so Jazz It Up. If you haven't been to Jazz It Up Boutique, they're here on the square, and she's started with these jazz events, and they're super exciting and fun. And so she's got 2 this month, and the first one is on the 10th, and that is Build Your Own Charcuterie Board with Sydney Hoffman, and it's, $45, and from 7 to 8 p.m. And I know last time I looked, there was only like 2 or 3 spots left. So if you haven't reserved your spot for this one, they're going pretty fast.
Yeah, I'm signed up for that.
Are you doing that?
I'm pretty excited.
It's really cute. The board is really nice. You get to take the board with you and get the food. And
I'm glad she's doing something on Wednesday because I feel like there's a lot of things on the weekends, but there's lots just like you read on Saturday. It's like so many things going on. So it's kind of nice to have something during the week.
Yes.
So
and gives you an excuse to get out and do something. And
something to look forward to. Yes.
Breaks it up. So the 13th is, again, we'll go back to Purposefully You Boutique and Home, and she's hosting a Mother's Day event. So she's collaborated with Painting Page and Boho Bailey, and so they're going to have, you can paint, you can make a pair of earrings, they're going to have a little fashion show and food and drinks, and then she's got 2 sessions. One starts at 10 a.m. and the other's at 2 p.m., and it's $55 a ticket, and you get like an actual meal. Like the brunch one has like brunch food and drinks and things like that, and then I can't remember what food she's doing for the 2 o'clock one, but and it's a Mother's Day event, but you do not have to be a mom to go. So we had some people ask if they had to come with their daughter or something, and it's like, no, you can just go.
Yeah.
it's a fun day, so you do it. Also on the 13th is the Daddy and Me Mother's Day Flower Craft, and that's at Meraki Crafted. So that's one where the dads can get out and take their kid and go make a little craft for their mom. She's got a cute little flower craft for him, and that's at 10 a.m. on the 13th. And then the tree giveaway. So do you ever do the tree giveaway?
Yes, we have before.
Yeah. So Washington Iowa Betterment Foundation funds this tree giveaway every year, and it's on May 13th. It'll be on the east side of the square starting at 8 a.m. There will be 120 trees, and they go fast. So just if you really want a tree, you got to get there. Let's see, they've got a variety of ornamental trees, some shade trees, 10 cherry trees, and 20 Canaan fir evergreens.
And what's the rules for people who want to stop and get one?
They usually
just
they
like
try to
anybody
limit one
can
per,
stop.
Yeah, anybody can go. Yeah, and I think they try to limit one per household, unless there's just like nobody in line for whatever reason.
Yeah,
and then always call before you dig. They just like to remind people.
Yes. You call 411. Is that right?
Sure.
411.
Maybe.
Okay.
I've never planted
Google
a tree.
You've never planted a tree? Is that what you said?
Well, I think not as like an adult. Like I've helped as a kid, but I was just there for the free labor, not for any of the logistics.
Okay, don't go pick up a tree, Nick.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to keep it alive for more than.
Yeah, that's my thing.
It's it's a no-go for me. And we live in the country, so deer are always coming at anything new you plant. You have to put the big old cages around them, and it's like, that's a little bit of a hassle. Not for me.
Yep, I'm with you on that.
But for all you guys, go get a tree. And then farmers market starts on the 18th. So that starts this May 18th. Goodness. And then it'll be every Thursday from 5 to 7 here in Central Park until about mid-October. And I think their goal is to have 2 food trucks each week this year. They usually only have 1, but I think they're trying to bring in 2
That'll be
every
awesome.
week. So just another option. And then, of course, all the stands that are in Central Park have food too, the hamburgers and tacos and things like that. So just trying to grow that a little bit. And they do, they're bringing back the Farm to Fables books. So they have free books that they hand out each market. And Dina DeLong has been heading that up and done a great job getting sponsors and getting those books in. So take your kids and go to the farmer's market. May 19th is WCHC's Kids Fest. So this is an annual fest that the hospital holds every year. And it's free to attend. There's usually about 40 some booths of people set up with just kids activities. It's nothing to sell or buy or anything like that. It's just fun to go. There's usually bounce houses and pony rides and all kinds of stuff and tons of food trucks. And so that's fun. It's health and wellness and kids, oh my. So dress up like Dorothy maybe. I don't know. Bring your dog.
Tap your heels.
That's on the 19th. 20th, so this one, Farm to Film Fest. If you guys don't have it on your calendar already, this will be Washington's first film fest ever, and it'll be the 20th and 21st. This is also free to the public, so there's been some confusion because they do want you to register when you get there, but it's just so that you get like a little badge and then you go to all the venues. There's 5 venues, so it just kind of helps make everything flow correctly. So registration will open at 9:30 at the Blair House is where they're going to set up their headquarters. You can also register at the venues, but it's easier if you just go to headquarters when you get there at Blair House and get registered for that and enjoy that whole day and Sunday. So there's 36 films, I believe, and they range from like 6-minute shorts to an hour and a half. So they've got it all scheduled out so you can go, sit in one place for at least an hour, watch a couple films or one long one, and then move on. And so it'll be fun.
Very
Hopefully
cool.
it's not as windy as it is today.
Have you been to a film fest before?
I haven't.
Yeah, me neither.
But I keep reading all the little synopses for the films that were submitted and are going to show, and they're really good. Like I wasn't sure what to expect, like how amateur some of the films maybe would be, but they all look really good and really well done. So,
And if they're 6 or 10 minutes or short,
some
that's
of
like,
them
well,
yeah,
you can sit through anything.
get a different perspective. And it's called Farm to Film Fest. Not all of the films have to do with farms.
Yeah.
One of them is called Pinto the Mean Bean, and it's animated, and it looks absolutely hilarious. So I'm going to figure out where that one is and just go watch that one for sure.
Yeah.
But there are some farm-related ones, but just because it's called that doesn't mean it's all farmy. But
Yeah, I set up shop at Dodici Shop last week and worked, and they have like all the posters up, and so lots of information there, and
Yep.
they're selling their cups and some different things.
Yeah,
so.
they've got some tumblers and T-shirts just as fundraisers to help it grow and get better next year. So, and they're
cool.
really cute.
Well, should we head to commercial break and then talk about the last couple of events when we get back?
Perfect.
All right.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself. Tammy takes the time and has the personal interest in each one of us. I don't worry about what's going to happen because I know my policy is taken care of.
She pulls what I need and puts it together, which is the program I get from her.
Every year she calls around September or so and says, there's changes again, and I'm going to do the best thing for you. It's been perfect. She does a great job.
Welcome back to Washington Live. I'm your host, Diana Rich. I'm joined in the studio with Samantha Meyer, who's been giving us the downtown rundown of what's going down downtown.
It's going downtown. It's fun.
All right.
Well, we're almost done. So the 31st is another jazzy event, or jazz event. I'm going to have to ask her how she says that.
I don't think you can go wrong.
Well, anyway, jazz it up. And she's got a makeup tutorial. So it's, I'm blanking on her name.
Jacking up.
Jacking up, thank you. And she's an esthetician, and so she's gonna do some kind of makeup tips. You get a eyeshadow palette and a makeup bag, and then she gives you a 20% discount to shop while you're there, which is just super nice of her to do. And then she's gonna have a pop-up permanent jewelry, is Jacqueline. Jewelry by Jacqueline, maybe?
Yeah.
And you get cocktails, makeup bag, and everything with that, and it's $50. There's only 15 spots. And I know she just opened this like a week or so ago, so probably, I'm going to guess at least 5 of those are already gone.
I looked at it last night on Facebook, and there was tons of people that commented sold, but I know that they have to like take it the rest of the way, like they have to end up paying, but it seemed
So I
very
wouldn't be
popular.
surprised if there's only like 5 or 6 spots left
Yeah.
already. So these are going pretty fast.
I was so excited when I saw that one. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do that. And then I looked at my kids' sports calendar, and I was like, dang, that one doesn't work. But
Yeah, what day of the week is it?
that's on a Wednesday
It's
also.
a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So, and that's from 7 to 8 p.m.
Awesome.
And that's my last thing for May. And then just a reminder, Meraki Crafted does have weekly craft times that she sets up at 10 a.m. on Wednesdays and Fridays. So she does that all the time. Just if you're home, especially with summer and school getting out weirdly this month already, and need something to do with the kids, she's got crafts from like $4 to $15. So it's a pretty reasonable place to go and hang out for an hour or two, or you can take them home. And then, because I'm terrible at the end of the month, so I'm going to remind us now, June 2nd is the first movie on Main, and we'll have Moana showing outside.
Oh, fun.
So we're excited for that.
Yeah, very cool. And that's free for people to come to, and then they can buy popcorn while they're there.
There'll be popcorn, candy, and probably water or something. And just bring your chairs and blankets and set up on the square.
Watch the movie.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. Well, lots of exciting things going on. A lot of things this weekend: citywide garage sales, the craft fair. I mean, you hit it all
Stories
earlier
in
at the beginning of the show. Yes, all kinds of things. Yes,
not?
Tour of the makerspace in the library. So awesome! And today's May Day.
It is May Day.
Did you ever do anything growing up for May Day?
I mean, with school, I feel like we maybe made bags and took them home, but no. And then when I was at I went to Halcyon first before I came out here to see how it was going, and Leslie Allender, because I don't know how this woman gets all these things done, but she had made Mayday bags for everybody, and I was like, when did you do this? You know, like it was Drunken Sisters this weekend. I don't even know, but that woman must need just 2 hours of sleep or something. So yeah, she had little Mayday bags. And it's like, oh, I forgot it was even Mayday.
So when I was a kid, my mom, we would always make Mayday baskets, and it was like this whole production, and we had this like old wallpaper book with like wallpaper samples, and so we'd rip out sheets of wallpaper and we'd like wrap them into cone shapes and tape them, and then like fill them with stuff and put like pipe cleaners on them to make like little cone shaped baskets. And we had that like the best time, like putting these together, and then like going to neighborhoods and like putting on the doorstep and knocking, and then like trying to get away before they saw that. Did you ever do this as a kid?
Fun.
Did you ever do that?
Yeah, we'd make Mayday baskets for the like elderly woman that lived next door.
Nice. Yeah. So anyways, we would do this. And so then I felt like I should do this when I had kids. And so we did this when the kids were younger and they had less activities, and May Day was like on the weekend, and it was totally doable. And then today I woke up and I was like, oh man, today's May Day and I didn't do anything. I was like, well, you know.
But we also had like a sample book of the same. Like, why did we all have that?
I don't know. Because
Wallpaper just sample like a huge book of it too. I feel like we had multiple.
Yeah.
We made crafts with that stuff all the time. I'm like, I don't know.
I know.
I don't know why we had that, but
Okay, well, I'm glad somebody else had it too, because I'm like, I don't even know why we had it,
Did
but
you
we
just come
did.
with everybody's house? Like, you just get a house in the 80s and you get a sample wallpaper book? I don't know.
Probably, because you couldn't go online and look at wallpaper, so everyone had to have these
Everybody's
books.
got it.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. So today is May Day. The national day is.
National Phone and Sick Day, which
I needed
which
to
I'm
know
here.
this.
So
I needed
good.
to know this yesterday, Nick.
Well, I was gonna ask you. So since you have a remote job,
Yeah.
is it possible to call in sick?
No, and that's like one of the worst
Like, yeah.
things about working from home. It's like,
Like, do you have to be like deathly ill to like have a sick day?
right? Yeah, yeah. One day I didn't have. It was when I had first started working from home, and my internet wasn't working, and I was panicking because I was like, how am I going to work from home if I don't have internet? And I like text my boss, and he's like, use your hotspot off your phone. And I was like, yeah, good idea. Like, I didn't even think of that. And I was like, no excuses. Like,
Yeah.
it's time to work. So, or go to the library and get internet. So, no, phoning in sick is not really a thing. So,
Yeah.
but all right, on to the birthday game. Are you
All
pretty
right.
good? Are you pretty good at this, Sam?
No, I think I'm like,
Well, there's a new twist at the end that could end up coming in handy.
Oh yeah,
There's
we started that last week.
Yeah. I'll save it to the end, and I'm not going to explain the rules because you've been on the show enough.
I don't count anyway.
Our first celebrity, I go all the way to the end, is Tim McGraw, which seeing him with out his cowboy hat on is like seeing a turtle without its shell. It's kind of jarring.
Right. When you pulled this up, I was like, who is this guy?
That is Tim
I knew
McGraw.
it was Tim McGraw on the sheet. Wow. All right. I'll go 61.
Shoot. Okay. He's older than I think he is.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't go off of what,
I'm going to
what I
say
think.
59.
He is 56. So Sam starts off with 1 point.
All right. Good job, Sam.
1-0. Next up, we have the director, Wes Anderson. Had to go all the way back over. And then the photo's small, so I had to do this whole. And now it's all pixelated. Great.
Oh, that's all right.
Well, it's Wes Anderson.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know Wes.
What does he do?
He's a director. He's done Grand Budapest Hotel, Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Looks real creepy.
I'm gonna go. I was thinking
Yeah,
the
it's
same.
he kind of has this weird death stare in this.
I'm gonna go 63. Really, just have no idea here.
I thought he looks like he's in his 40s, but I can't tell.
because he's
I'm just 47.
He is 54.
Right.
That one's kind of hard because it was, pixelated. Next up, we have, I have to look at this woman's name, Julie Benz. It's kind of running slim on famous people.
Okay.
She's moderately famous. I think she was in Buffy Vampire Slayer as a supporting
All right.
character.
I'll go 47.
55.
She is 51. So you guys both just missed a point there. The final famous person is James Murray from Impractical Jokers. I don't know if you guys ever watched Impractical Jokers.
That stressed me out.
Oh man, I haven't got a point yet, Nick.
Yeah.
Feeling the pressure here. 46.
I'm going to say 55 again.
He is 47, so we've tied it up.
Shoot.
So
Got a point.
You did. We tied it up. So the new twist to the end of this game is the least famous person, and they are worth double points. It's when I go to the website where I get the birthdays from, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and find the least famous person. And today's least famous person, I had to go to their Twitter to find a recent photo, is Andrew.
Is it the man on the left?
Yeah,
or
the man on the left. Andrew Sanula, who is a former American rugby player. 2-time, he played in the finals twice. I don't know if he ever won.
All right.
But I had to go to his Twitter. This is a 4-year-old photo.
Okay.
I had to go to his Twitter.
Okay, I'm gonna
4 years old.
4 years old.
Okay, so I'm gonna go based on that.
I'll go 33.
I was thinking 44. I'll say 42.
Sam wins. He's 41. So he got the double points.
Nice job.
So told you the final round was going to save you.
All
I think
right.
I've won 3 times now, maybe.
Nice job. Congratulations.
But you've been on like 6 times. So that's 500. That's Hall of Fame numbers if you're in baseball.